Okay, let us now go to another type of question which involves a little bit of indices. Okay, how do we do this kind of question now where they ask you to solve this whole thing? So this is the question, okay? This whole thing here. Now for such questions, you see power, then got 3 power x, 3 power x. Then you see if you try to make the denominator the same, which is actually what we're trying to do in the next step, you change all to the same base, right? Same base. Okay, you go and see whether you can understand or not. Okay, I show you here lah. 9x plus half is actually 3 square x plus half. Okay, and you remember bracket down here is times, right? So I told you to write this at the same level so that you don't get confused. Don't write like me just now like that. You would think that's 2 to the power of this. Okay, so it's actually like that, right? So it's just this times this. So it's 3 to the power of 2x plus 1. And when you break this up, right? Break it up, it is just this, correct? So I have here. That's what I have here. Then minus this plus this. This one I write it as this. So the whole idea is this. You can see that there's a 2 here, 3 here, and then got plus now, whatever. You won't be able to change it into some 3 to the power of something equal 3 to the power of something, and then you find the x. Cannot. This kind of question cannot. So if cannot, right, what must you do? You must use substitution method. So you can say let y equal this, or m equal this, or p equal this, whatever, okay? But the whole idea is you must write this down, okay? So that you can get marks for your subsequent step. This, can you see the 3 to the power of x is the y, right? So it is 3, this 3 is this 3, this y is this y, this square is this square. So you must know how to do conversion like that. Then now the next one already, minus 2 over 3 is just minus 2 over 3, no big deal. This is y, so it's 2y, and this is y. So now can you see that you have changed it into a quadratic equation? And the 3y square, you times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. We don't want the denominator, you see? We don't want the denominator, so we times 3 to every term, okay, on both sides of the equation, and you end up with this, and then you make this right hand side 0, you will get a quadratic equation. Okay, you can use your calculator to press this, but you must check, this time this, is it this? Yes. Okay, you must, when you use a calculator to get you the answer for this one, right, to work backwards, you must always check this, okay? Otherwise, if this is like 18, then you must put a 2 here, okay? Now, after that, you set this to 0, so you get this, right? And you must remember that this y was originally 3 to the power x. So you substitute back, and this one, right, you will get no solution because a positive number raised to any power, right, cannot be negative. So this one you write no solution, or you can say reject. Okay? And this 3 to the power what is 1? Of course must be 0, so that's your answer. Okay, there will surely be a question. Actually, all the questions that I'm discussing with you surely will come out one, okay? It's just that the number will change. Alright, okay, I'm going to do a very fast remainder factor theorem. Just now one of you messaged me to say you forgot everything already. Okay, so very simple. What is remainder theorem? Remainder theorem is this. Let's say fx equals to maybe like that. Example, okay? Then I want to find the remainder. I want you to find the remainder when this fx is divided by, let's say, 2x minus 3. Okay? So that's the question. Example, I'm revising with you now. So, how to find the remainder? Very simple. You set this to 0. You will get x equals 3 over 2, right? Then you sub the you replace this with 3 over 2, right? That will be the remainder. So it's very simple theorem, okay, to help you find the remainder when this fx is divided by this. Okay, if you divide by, let's say, 2x minus 1, then what do you sub in? You equate this to 0. Then it be half lor. Then this one be half, half, half. Okay, then you get the remainder already. So that's called the remainder theorem. Follow. Okay, what is the factor theorem? Factor theorem is actually something like remainder theorem lah. It's an extension. Okay, so let's say fx is plus 2, let's say minus 1. Let's see whether it can work. Wait, 1 minus 3, let's say minus 3. Okay, then if you sub in f minus 1, let's say you press calculator, then you find that minus 1 is one of your answer, right? Minus 1 is, they ask you to solve lah. Let's say they ask you to solve fx, then you press calculator, mode 3, whatever, then you find that, minus 1 is the answer. So you sub minus 1 inside here. Okay, you will find that the answer is 0. That means the remainder, just now we learned the remainder, right? The remainder is 0. So if the remainder is 0, that means your x plus 1 must be equal, is a factor lor. Where do you get x plus 1 from? It's very simple, you see. It's this one, right? You see, you sub in x equals to minus 1, right? You work backwards. Remember, we always learn to work backwards. So x plus 1 is a factor lor. So that's called a factor theorem, okay? Okay, now let's look at this question. You read the question while I'm erasing, don't waste time. Given that this one leaves a remainder, this leaves a remainder. So the first thing you do is you let fx be this. Why do you need to let fx be this? Because only when the expression here has a name, we call it fx, okay, then you can f whatever you need to later. So it leaves a remainder of this when divided by this. So what is the x value that you must sub in? 2/3, right? So f 2/3. This whole statement here is actually this statement. So f 2/3, right, is equals to minus whatever here. Okay, now you sub in here, and from here you will be able, you can press calculator, this one press calculator, right? So all go to the right hand side, then you divide by 4. Okay, from here, this one simplest form is this one. Okay, so if you don't know that is 2, right? If you don't know that this square is this square is this, if you don't know, right, then you log both sides, you log, you get the same answer. Okay, once you log, you can bring the power down, then you can get the answer already. Okay, yeah, so that's how you do it for this particular question. I will skip this. We have done a lot of trigo. If you don't know, you refer to the Xiaoxiong, I think video 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. Okay, so trigo, we really have no time. I see how, later I see whether too late or not. Okay, now part 2, right, they say solve this. Surely, I tell you, surely got this one. Solve this cubic equation. It's in your syllabus, so every exam have. Actually not really every exam lah. Next year you maybe less of this, but okay. So now what do? We let this be this. Okay, so the question is to solve this, right? So what do? You press calculator first. You press calculator. We work backwards, reverse engineering. You get the answer first. Okay, this one you must get full marks. You don't get full marks. Gone case. Okay, then you work backwards. X minus 1 equals 0. That's one of the answer, right? Then this one is, see, x equal minus half, right? So 2x equal minus 1. So 2x plus 1 equals 0. So 2x plus 1 equals 0. There. Okay, and the last one I don't do for you. Okay, now, before you can do this, right, you must factorize this, you see. So how do you factorize this? You must choose one of the convenient ones. So I choose f1. You cannot just say f1 equals 0. You must show the substitution. Okay? You don't show the substitution, we will not give you the marks. Alright, so you need to show this, and then later you say equals 0, then you conclude this, then we give you the marks. Okay? And after this, how do you get this? Can you anyhow write like that? Cannot. Cannot. You need to do long division. Just now I shown you the other method, right? Okay, so you take I shown you long division and the other method, the compare coefficient one. But I think most of you are more comfortable with this long division. So okay lor, I show you long division. Okay, 2x squared times this will be 2x cubed. This times this is minus 2x squared. Okay, then you minus, you will get like that, right? Then you have minus 9x. So it's minus 9x squared plus 9x. Then you minus off, right? You will get minus 5x plus 5. Then you minus 5 times this, you get minus 5x. Minus 5 times this, you get plus 5. Oh, so it's 0, which is rightly so. Because this is a factor, so the remainder must be 0, that's how you get this, okay? Must know this, must get full marks for this, okay. Partial fraction, sure come out one. Every question, sure come out one, okay? 180 marks, understand? Okay, now, each question, 10 marks, right? Then 18 questions times 10. Yeah, so there's everything will come out one, don't worry, Okay, now if they're very nice to you, they'll give you everything like that. If they are not so nice to you, they will do it like that. Then you have to use remainder factor theorem. Then you say, well, what's remainder factor theorem? Is it here lah? Here. This one we just discussed. Okay. Some of you asking me what's remainder factor theorem. It's this one. Ladies and gentlemen, it's this one. Okay. So you have to do this. But if they're very nice to you, right? Then no need. But can I tell you how they can be not nice to you? They can be not nice to you by setting the question like that. Like what? Like so. They can give it to you like that. You first of all must factorize this. When you factorize this, right, you will get then you will see that, oh, these two are the same. Then you write it like that. You must understand that this is a repeated root. Okay? I've already messaged you in the group chat the 3 conditions, the 3 different types that you need to transform these two. Okay, so in this particular case, there's no need to do long division. Okay, very importantly, firstly, you must check. Must you do long division? Must you do long division? Actually, you must, right? Because this is power 3, this is power 3. So when it's power 3, you must do long division. And I'm going to do long division with you now. Here. 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay? Then this is 3, 2, 1, 0. X power 0, right? Then now what times x cubed will give you 2x cubed, so you say 2. This times this, this times this, okay? This times this, this is 12, right? Then you will minus, this one gone. Then you will get 3x squared plus 11x minus 16. Okay, so this remainder you put here. This divisor you put here. Okay? And the quotient is here. So it's 2 plus whatever is the remainder and whatever is the divisor. Okay? Now after you have done this, the 2, right, don't touch it anymore. You put it back here. Here. The final answer will have a 2 here. What you need to do partial fraction for is this fella here. Okay? This fella here. So you say let this, which is this, be this. Why? Because this is made up of power 1, then later power 2. And both of these are A and B. No X one, no X. You go and read the notes I give you when to put the BX plus C. Okay, you go and check. Then this one linear also, right? So it's just like that. Okay, after this step, what do? You multiply. This step is very important. You multiply the whole thing by this one. Don't multiply by this one. This one's so complicated. You multiply by this one. Then you will be able to see that this times this, you will be left with 1, 2. One of this, right? Then this times this, you will end up with this one no more already, right? So it's just this one. Then this times this, you will end up with this one. Okay? And when you take this times this, the whole idea is to remove this, you see? And this is this, so the whole thing will disappear and you will end up with this. Okay? Now, how do you find A, B, C? Very simple. You let x be 2. 2 minus 2, 0. This whole thing will disappear. You can find... no, this whole thing will disappear. This whole thing will disappear. You can find B already. Okay? So, this one is let x equals 2. Alright? Then when you let x equals 3, what will happen? Let x equals minus 3. Minus 3. Minus 3. This will disappear. This will disappear. This will not disappear. It become 25 something something. Okay, then you will be able to get a certain answer here. Alright? So this is when you let x equals to minus 3. So now we run out of things to let already, you see. Because minus 3 done already. 2 also done already. Then how? You let x equal to 0. By the way, just now I didn't mention, when you let x equals to 2, right, all these will be replaced by 2. All the x, all the x, right, that you have, you must replace it by 2, okay? Then you get this, so-called. Okay? So that's how you get the answer, okay? If it's minus 22, you put a minus here. Can? Alright, and then you see, when it's a fraction like that, right, 97 over 25, 97 over 25, and then this was originally at the denominator, you leave it at the denominator, okay? 18 over 5. This fella, put here. Then this fella, you put here. That's all. Okay? So partial fraction you must score, okay? Now this fella, the next type of question, find the range of values for which this one meets. Just now we already revised, right? This one meets this one. So what must you do? You must change all to an equation containing only x and numbers. This one is okay. This one not okay. This one okay. This one okay. This one cannot. So you need to change this to this. So you call this equation 1. And then you sub inside here. Then you can get the answer already. Okay? Then you group it into ax square plus b. This whole thing is b x plus c. Okay? Can you go and do then this part here, I told you just now, right? Meet can be meet 2 places or meet at 1 repeated root. This also meet what? Both are meet Okay, so it is like that. Clear, huh? Must include the equal sign because this case is b squared minus 4ac greater than 0. This case is b squared minus 4ac equals to 0. So you get this. Alright, now we do one last one. Solve this, right? Very simple. I just want you to be more familiar with this. Otherwise, if you lose marks, right? Okay, the whole idea is to make the right hand side 0. Right hand side must be 0, okay? If you don't get full marks for this, then gone case already. This is 9. Then you factorize, you'll be like that, right? Then don't go and some of you still doing this, you know. Still very lower sec, lower sec. Wrong, wrong, no such thing, wrong, wrong. So what must you do? You draw the happy face. Then this is minus 3, this is 3. Then you want less than 0 here. So your x is between minus 3 to 3. And don't have equal. So that's all. Okay? So we'll end here.